Apparently I am, but you know what? I don't know because this like a test. Maybe it's not a test. Yo, and this mic probably isn't working. That mic over there is working. This one is just, for show. But I did just see like some video saying Rob Zombie Halloween movies and David Gordon Green Blumhouse movies. Which one did it better? Well, you know what? That's a pretty damn good topic. And like, I'm not even gonna like, research this shit or like try to like write down a bunch of scripts or whatnot. I'll just, go off top of my head because I know my Halloween movies and I don't need to write anything. I don't need to research anything. I can go right off the top of my head. I can like answer any questions that anyone has in the comment section. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, I know this. So, like, let's go down. Let's break it down. Let's start off with Rob Zombie Halloween. What did it come out in 2008? I may get the years a little bit wrong, but I think that's when it came out. So this movie was off of Rob Zombie just killing it. I mean, well, in like us horror fans and maybe Rob Zombie fans, how we loved, A House of a Thousand Corpses and then The Devil's Rejects. Like honestly, I love The Devil's Rejects. It's like one of my like favorite horror movies, man. I absolutely love it. So when we heard the news that he's gonna get Halloween, he's gonna get Michael Myers. It's like what the f? Rob Zombie's gonna get Michael Myers. Man, I couldn't not like wait. I was so fucking like pumped for it. I'm like, oh my god, what he did with fucking the Devil's Rejects, what he can do with Halloween. I mean, I was down for it. And when it came out, I did enjoy it, but I don't know. At the time, I thought a lot of people did, but like after YouTube and everything and all the reviews, I guess a lot of people don't really enjoy that movie. I think it really comes down to the first act of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 with a lot of the backstory of young Michael Myers and then him in an asylum and then him escaping. And then if you watch the director's cut with the whole rape scene, dang it, we're supposed to say that word on a live stream at all, but I did. And so him breaking like out of prison and younger, like that part's, I mean, yeah, when I first watched it and when it first came out in the theaters, I mean, I loved it. I'm like, yes, that's cool. But the RP scene wasn't in the theaters. It was, the theatrical cut. I really didn't care for that scene. They could definitely cut that out, but it's a director's cut. That is what it is. But so young Michael Myers and then him breaking out, and then now we flash forward, and so now we pretty much get the remake part, after that. And that whole scene, like beginning scene was like 20 minutes, so it's kind of long. What 20? I mean, I feel like it's 30 minutes. Maybe it just feels it's that long, but it's not. It's like only 20. But yeah, but we get introduced to Scout Taylor Thompson, and like she is this amazing man. I love her as Laurie Strode in Rob Zombie's remakes. She makes Rob Zombie's remakes by far. Like she is amazing in 1 and 2 because I do love 2, but we'll get to that later here in the stream. But when you got like Scout coming in and she's a new Lori, and how do you fill the shoes of our old girl, the original Lori? How do you do it? You make it your own, and that's what she does. And she's so cute and like innocent. And by the end of it, when she's just like holding the gun and like pulling the trigger until all the bullets are gone into Michael Myers' head and just screaming with blood all over her and her walking down the street in the rain. I mean, it's amazing. Like, I guess, like, if you cut out the beginning part of Rob Zombie's Halloween with the beginning part of Michael Myers because people don't need to know how Myers became himself. It's like, okay, and then let's just cut that out because people don't want to know that. They don't want to know the background of Michael Myers, which is totally fine. I totally get that. It's very understandable. But when you introduce Scout as Laurie in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, and from the beginning of that ending, what the fuck happens? You get I didn't know this at the time. You get our girl, Danielle Harris, comes in playing Annie. So Danielle Harris comes back into this. And if you are not a Halloween fan, if you don't like Halloween 4, okay, if you're a Halloween fan, you like Halloween 4, you love Danielle Harris. I already know you do. Even if you like 5, but you love Danielle Harris in it. Like, she would have came back for 6. She didn't come back for 6, but she comes back in this as Annie. And I was like, yeah, baby, we got fucking Daniel Harris. We got Jamie back, but she's playing Annie. I'm like, yeah, dude, that is so awesome, man. And like for Rob Zombie Halloween 1 to get, okay, we got cool Scout. We got Scout coming, like, is blowing it up as Laurie Strode. And then we get Daniel Harris to play Annie. And it's like, oh my God. Like, yes, and then she's so amazing. Guys, you guys gotta like sit there and think about. We got Daniel Harris in Halloween from Rob Zombie. Like, she's in another Halloween movie. Why doesn't more people fucking talk about this? Why doesn't more people realize that this is like legit? Like, I mean, oh yeah, oh yeah, she got her time back. Yeah, but she got her time back in this one, okay? And so this needs to add a little bit clicks to the ranking, okay? We're not going to go through the rest of this one. Okay, let's jump to 2018. Let's jump to 2018. Let me wet my whistle real quick. I don't want to shut up. So with 2018, we get, Jamie Lee Curtis back as Laurie Strode, and she's in her normal years. Michael gets he's been incarcerated since that night. I mean, we know the story. So how would David Gordon Green's compare to that Rob Zombies ones, in which I just went off on a rant just on the beginning part of it, and it's all good. I didn't even like went into more of it. So the beginning part of 2018, we got we got Mike, that it I love the scene, the beginning scene of it where Michael's incarcerated. He's in Smith Grove. He's like up on like the roof and they got the patterns on the ground and it's like a checker pattern and he's chained up like a dog and do not step within that line because if you step in that line, he'll grab you. I mean, that shit was cool. The cinematography, in that scene was great. And like he pulls out the mask, they're like insinuating that like the mask is what he wants because he kind of notices it. And the podcasters hold out the mask. Michael, say something, Michael. And then cut credit scene, end scene, and then like they cut to Lori, and Lori has been like got her house all fucking boarded up, and she's been like shooting dummies out in her. She's got her own fucking shooting fucking range, boom, 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 and just like ready to go if Michael ever gets out. She's prepared, way over paranoid, but like not like this. Is like she is on a. She's like it's like Sarah Connor from the tournament term the Terminator, you know, it's like really like they kind of put like two characters together, and it's like David Gordon Green, like oh my god, like that he's throwing a lot of like different things into his movies. So, um, Lori, Jamie Lee character is got a granddaughter and daughter, and her daughter Karen is like, was taught self-defense, taught gun control and everything just in case Michael Myers ever came out, because Jamie has so much PSD from what happened in 1978 when Michael Myers fucking, you know, got her and killed her friends. And I don't even think that that night happened in the hospital. But so one night, you know tragic to anybody that it ever happens to, almost gets killed by a mask slasher, in real life. I mean, that is very traumatizing, and I do not want to ever fucking put that on like in real life. Like when I'm talking movies, it's like we're in movie land, we're in fantasy land. Okay, no real life shit here, fantasy land. So when she's traumatized by after fucking 40 years, she's still like traumatized by this dude that went on this fucking rampage. It's kind of like you should get over it. But this is the fucking remake of fucking 2017. It's like, okay, what is going on with this timeline? This timeline is freaking absolutely crazy. It doesn't make any sense at all if you're just a casual watcher. But to us Halloween fans, no, it is totally casual. We know what's going on. We understand the timelines, but like to the non-fans, like maybe that's why I don't they it's all over the place. So uh we're back on 2018, still talking Jamie and Jamie. Well, I'm probably gonna get it all wrong by the end of it. But because I'll be talking about the real actresses' names and then the characters' names, and that's just kind of how it works. So, um, let's see. I mean, let me get my train of thought back. But Annie Minichek was freaking awesome in 2018. We should have passed the torch on to her, and let Lori die in 2018, but it didn't happen that way. And they end up locking him, down in the basement, which was like a trap the whole time, which was, pretty cool, but kind of predictable. Michael doing his tricks, killing that annoying kid on hooking him on the gate, and but I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, it was then Cameron was annoying as F, and in the next one Cameron was a lot better in kills, but Cameron in 2018 I didn't like. Um It's like 5 years later, and everybody's putting out 5 years later since Halloween 2018 came out. Yeah, it has been, and that is crazy that it's been gone, that long, but is that movie, like, better now? I mean, a lot of people are saying it's better now, but, I still think it is what it is. It's it's good. It's right in the middle of the pack, but there's no way it's a 9. I mean, you guys I love, we watch a movie, Mike and Jay over there at Wham, and love you mother effers, dude. Like, hell yeah, but a 9? I love the atmosphere and I love everything that they did with it, and I love the actors, but it brought back it from 20, Rob Zombie's H2. We're gonna get to that. So from H2, we didn't get nothing. It was at 9/29. So like it was a long time until we finally got Halloween 2018. So just Michael Myers being back brought back on the big screen, and then being introduced to the younger audience that are of age, because it's been like 10 years since the other one came out. um, they can watch this in the theater. Of course, it was a success. And was it a good movie? It was an all right movie. It was good. It made a lot of money. It was a fucking successful movie. I mean, it made a lot of money. And like, I am so happy. Dude, all right. I went and saw it, and then I'm like, I brought my mom and dad. I paid for their tickets, and I took them to go see it. So I went and saw it twice, and then I fucking brought my mom and dad to see it because they know Michael Myers. They know about me, you know, obviously. But yeah, my parents have passed on since then, and but it was good to take my parents to see the movie with me, and that's something I will always remember. And 20 Halloween 2018 will always hold that memory for me. Me being able to take my mom and dad to go see it, and now they're gone, and every Halloween movie that I get to see after that, I kind of think they're sitting next to me. So um that's kind of how big of a Halloween fan I am. I don't need no script. I don't need nothing to talk about any movie. I know it because I've watched it many, many a times. So 2018 was good. So right now we're doing a Rob Zombie 1 versus David Gordon Green 1, you know, and so we're going what's better. And that brought back, though, for that David Gordon Green did with Michael Myers getting his mask, breaking out of Smith Grove, and when he puts that mask over his head and shuts that car door down. I mean, that's gonna go down in cinematic history and horror right there. That is one of the greatest horror fucking scenes ever, and I will give you 100% props on that. That thing was amazing. So, Rob Zombie, the fucking what breaks it down is that damn chase scene at the end when Scout Lori is like fucking running from Michael Myers. Falls into the pool, gets out. Dr. Loomis shows up, gets her, and then fucking he's in the car. Was that the boogeyman? A matter of fact, it was. And then Michael busts through the window and pulls her out. And then the chase scene in the fucking house and then before Michael gets Loomis and like what's he like stabs him or shoot, and the gun's down. Lori finds the gun, but like she's in the ceiling, and she's like, and Michael's just busting through the whole fucking like you can't get anywhere. Like Michael is a fucking beast in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. It's just like I'm gonna fucking follow you all the way through the ceiling. I don't give a fuck if you're over here. over there, hiding in the wall. There's that one point where she's like hiding in the wall, holding her mouth, fucking all quiet. And it's just like, oh my God. And he just fucking gets her. Climbs in the wall, breaks the wall. She falls down. The gun's there. And she's holding the gun. And then he tackles her. But then they both go off the balcony. But Michael turns like this and he lands down and she lands on top of him. She holds that Smith and Wesson up and she fucking click, click, click. And then boom! Blood goes everywhere and she screams, "Ah!" Blood's everywhere. Well, that's fucking amazing. How does fucking 2018 end? 2018 ends when Lori is in her own house and Michael's there for some reason. He got there. Man, he killed, uh, Karen's husband. He kills Karen's husband, and where's Annie? Annie's fucking at Annie Manichek. She's out somewhere, so they're downstairs in the basement, and like they're like fucking stalking each other. They kind of like almost do a very homage reverse of John Carpenter's Halloween 21, where Michael is now Laurie and Laurie's and is now Michael. They kind of flip flop verses right there, especially there in when they get pushed off because Michael like pushes her off and then fucking she falls down and then she looks down and then she's gone. It's like, and then she comes back and reappears like through the darkness. Boom, her face full. Happy Halloween, Michael. So the ending of 2018 is like them jumping down in this trap down in the basement, this downstairs, and they get Michael down there and they jump up there. They run back upstairs while he's down there and they shut the door and they set the house on fire and it burns down. So it's like burning down, and Michael supposedly like burns to death as they drive away. And that's the end of 2018. So two different endings for like the difference between one and two. But see, like Rob Zombie only gets two movies, and we get I mean, does 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 Halloween ends really count as an ending? Because I don't know if it does because I think that was more like a trilogy. So I'm gonna give Rob Zombie Halloween one better than David Gordon Green's 2018. 2018 was brought back to Michael Myers. It was good when Michael Myers was in it, but the whole other scenes, there was just a lot of fumbling. I didn't like the the high school dance scene and the throwing the phone in the pudding, and I didn't like Cameron. I didn't like his friend. I didn't like the stupid comedy, the fucking uh, on the peanut, peanut butter on my bling, and I didn't like any of that. Slight comedy. I didn't like Sartain. I mean, Sartain was I liked Sartain. I did like honestly, no, I lied. I like Dr. Sartain. It's just that he wasn't they put him in too fast. It was like, here we go. Let's let's throw this in, but let's end it. When they throw in a lot of other, storylines in 2018, they throw in all these little plots, but they never like really completed them. And then with Certain, they threw it in, but they completed it. It's like maybe you should like kept Sartain being crazy. Sartain, being crazy. I think that would have been a lot better, and then instead of this, Michael just and killing him fast. But and fucking Sartain puts on the mask. I didn't like that at all. Like I didn't like. Oh my god, when Sartain put on the mask the first time when I watched it, I was like, I almost left. I almost left, but I didn't. But then Michael just stomps his head. It's like maybe there could have been a little bit more of a story with that, you know. And it's just weird what they did with the new, they say trilogy, but yeah, whatever. The new trilogy, we'll say it. So yeah, that's the reason why Rob Zombie's one wins it. It's just the performance by Scout and bringing Daniel Harris back, and the performance by both of them, like totally wins it. Like, and how Michael was so brutal and Rob Zombie Halloween 1 and how big he was, and this was amazing. So there's yeah, no doubt about it. So round 1 is gonna go to Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. Will beat 2018 in my book. And if you think it's the other way around, that is no, that's awesome. That's cool. That's totally awesome, man. There's no worries. Nobody's wrong here ever. Nobody's wrong. Everybody can have their own opinion, and I love it because that's what's so cool about it. We gotta keep it real. I love that you love Halloween 2018 more than I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 21. I love it. I really do. Like that's so cool. Like I'm not trying to tell anybody the fucking like what I like. I want you to like what you like. So let's just keep it going on. So what are we going on? We're going on the Rob Zombies part 2, and then we're just gonna just do kills. Um Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the ends, but we're gonna go Rob Zombie Halloween 2, Rob Zombies H2, Rob Zombies H2. Come on, Rob Zombies H2 versus Halloween Kills. Oh man, this one's gonna be a tough one, to be honest with you, because like Halloween Kills, David Gordan Green, like I don't know, maybe it's just me or my way of thinking. He pulled his head out of his ass on this one, even though the plot was this like fucking batshit weird, crazy, like this. What the fuck? But Michael Myers and fucking Halloween Kills was Michael Myers almost in your nightmares, bro. Like this motherfucker will fucking finally, like, yeah, give me chills, baby. Give me chills. Michael Myers will not die. I will keep on coming back. No matter what you do, he is coming. You can run, you can hide, you can go underneath the lake and submerge yourself in water and look up while you're holding your breath and look up and see him just walking around. He will never, ever die. That's how Michael Myers should be. And he damn near pretty much, no, he did this in Kills. He definitely did this in Kills. Michael Myers was the unstoppable force of evil. You could not fucking contain him. He came down on you. All the other side parts was filler. And they should have did, I guess. Well, I mean, I understand it. It's fine. I guess they could have did better. I don't know. Who the fuck am I supposed to say? They're the fucking ones writing this shit. That's the movie we got. I'm not going to criticize the writers or anything like that, but they did make Michael. I wish they could have made Michael Myers the whole time, just him like bam, 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 bam. No hospital scene. No evil dies tonight. You know, maybe have a little bit with the back characters with Tommy and Lindsay, let them, do their thing, in the bar, but like the whole mob situation at the hospital, that is what they did. But like Michael was like unstoppable. I liked him when he was chasing Lindsay Wallace, kind of like in the park with the water, the creek, and she was hiding herself down below. Dude, I swear I had a fucking nightmare, man. I swear I did. I'll tell you this. I need to get some water because so I had a nightmare where I was like in kind of like the woods area, and we had a cabin, and like me and our friends would go there. I mean, this was a dream. This was not real, but like it felt real. Like we'd always go to this cabin, and there was like this lake down below. And one night we were there, and like Michael Myers shows up, and this starts like fucking picking off my fucking friends. And like I'm so fucking scared in my dream. Like I'm like trying to get away, and like I open up the sliding glass door out to the back, and I'm able to like go down to where the lake is. Fucking Michael is like chasing me, and I fucking go down into the water, and I like swim down underneath the water. I'm like, he can't find me if I hold my breath and I go underwater. The water is so clear, and I can be able to look up at him, and he's like walking around with a knife, and he's walking. He walks away, and I think it's time, and I get up out of the water, but he's back again. That's kind of how scary Michael Myers needs to be. It's like you could never get away from him. Like you can hide. The chase scenes, we need a fucking chase scene in a Halloween. Like that's what it's all about. Like a good chase scene. And that's what they did in like Halloween freaking one. It's been Halloween with the original. They did it. But like, I mean, I'll take a whole fucking movie like that. A whole movie. So yeah, I kind of got off on a little tantrum there. Where were we at? We were talking kills versus H2 from Rob Zombie, and how I was saying how they did that in Kills, Halloween Kills. They did a really good job of them doing, you know, the chasing, not chasing, but more Michael Myers, him just brutally killing him, killing Cameron, how he killed Cameron was this like one of the best kills in the whole franchise, slamming his head up, down, and then coming back down the stairs and just twisting it over, you know, with Andy Matichak, Allison falling down the stairs, and then her leg just snapping when it hits down. And like she can't go anywhere. And she's like, just do it. And, Karen redeems herself and then like stabs Michael Myers in the back with that pitchfork and, you know, pulls off his mask. And then Karen like totally redeems herself in Halloween Kills. It was so good. The ending, like all the parts with Michael Myers and then everything outside the fucking part with the mob and everything, like just take that out and just like put Michael Myers in it. So now she pulls off his mask and she's like, come and get it. Come and get it. And he's just like, what the fuck? And then like he starts fucking following her and he leaves Allison there with her broken leg, which he could easily just fucking grabbed her neck and just twisted it, grabbed a knife and stabbed her and killed her. Easily had done that. But like he doesn't want to kill without his mask, maybe. I never really thought about that, but that is kind of cool. Maybe he doesn't want to kill without his mask on. Did he want to kill Dr. Loomis in part 4 when his head was wrapped around? Has Michael Myers killed? Now I'm gonna have to really think about that. Has Michael Myers ever killed without his mask on? I'm gonna have to really think about that. But so like anyways, so she runs away with his mask, okay? And like he leaves Allison there, and then like he's stalking her through the neighborhood and like she leads him to a trap because his mask is laying in the middle of the road, but he doesn't know that there's all these cars parked around it. And he walks into the middle of it and he picks up the mask and he's like, he looks around and all the lights come on and all the townspeople are there like, let's fucking go. They want to fucking this. They're ready to fucking to kill him. They have bats, fucking, they have irons, that you iron your clothes. They got crowbars. They got whatever. And then Michael's like, okay, let's get on. I'm like, oh yeah, man, that fucking is awesome. It's like, all right, here we go. The final showdown. It's like Rocky versus Drago. It's just like, we got it right now. It's the final round. We got Michael Myers versus everybody in Haddonfield. Man, I mean, fuck yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, I love it. That was like, hell yeah. And he slowly grabs his mask and he puts it on and then they attack. And then it's like boom boom. But if you get the extended cut on Blu-ray, it's like so much more and more slow motion where he gets his ass beat, but when he comes back to life, he just fucks them all up so bad. Boom, boom. And it's way like slower, more visuals on the Blu-ray extended cut. It's like and it's like it's awesome. And then like they all die. And then like Karen goes back up into her house and she looks out the window as Michael did when he did in 1978. And then he reappears and he kills her. And so yeah, there's your trilogy right there. Part 1, and then 2018, and then Kills. Ends is the season of the witch. Ends is a different story. Like so, you know, now we're gonna go to Halloween 20, Rob Zombie's H2. So a lot of people will talk about Halloween H2 and they don't like it. And that's cool, it's all right. I don't know how you don't fucking like it when you get someone that is traumatized. What happened to them with their friends being killed and her almost killed, and then her shooting this dude in the head, and then they never found his body. Like, is he always out there with all this PTS? It's like, oh my god, dude, that's like horrible. And so you're getting Laurie Strode, played by Scout Thompson. Hold on a second. I'm probably gonna have to like run upstairs and grab me some water here in a second because talking a lot, I need to wet the whistle and I don't want to keep drinking beer on this. So 20 2018. 2018 versus Rob Zombie's H2. So we're on H2. So with her, after surviving that attack from Michael Myers, she's having these dreams where she's in the hospital. And this was a great, this was a great throwback to John Carpenter's Halloween 2, where they threw the hospital sorry, swing, what's a swing? I want to go swing dancing with you. No. Let's throw the hospital. I can't even do when I was younger, I could not say hospital, and I still can't say a hospital. It's like a hospital. Hospital scene. You say that now to me. in the comment section below. Hospital scene in this. They threw it in there just in the beginning. So like you got Rob Zombie like did pay homage to Halloween 2 by having a hospital scene, and this scene was fucking amazing. This thing was awesome. It was Myers brutal chasing Lori through the hospital when she is just like cannot even move. She's got like shit all over her because she just got in a fight that night with him and she's trying to recover, but oh man, and it does end with her, being a dream sequence, but that doesn't matter because that scene was absolutely amazing, and I don't care if you don't like this movie, like you must respect that hospital scene. That scene was awesome, and it was drawn out. It wasn't like, oh, a 5-minute scene. No, it was like a good long time. Like, oh wow, what is this? And it sets it up for Taylor Compton's character Lori to be able to you know well, why is she acting this way? Is because she almost got killed fucking a year ago by Michael Myers. How else would you act? And you're that young. You're still growing up. Your brain hasn't even developed yet. I mean, fuck, she's probably like 19 years old and that shit goes down. You like the trauma. Yeah, I don't like it because why would she have fucking Marilyn Manson poster on her wall when she just went through that? I don't know. Her brain is not working right, obviously. And when we get to the end of the movie, we understand why. She's got the curse of Michael Myers in her, is what's going to happen. You know, she doesn't want it. She ends up finding out that she is fucking Michael Myers' sister. And it's just like, yeah. And she's like, and she has nobody there but Sheriff Brackett and Annie. And she doesn't know how to take it in. I mean, it's a very psychological fucking aftermath of what would really most likely happen after if somebody killed your friends one night and almost killed you. Almost like how you would talk with the Brian Kohlberger case and what happened in the Idaho 4. It's like, how would you actually cope with what happened and you were a survivor? So it's not to bring real life into fucking fantasy world, but like this is what they're really doing in Rob Zombies too with her. And so like bam, back to fucking fantasy. Let's not talk about real life shit anymore. She is trying to fucking cope with this, and the way she does, is like maybe outrage a little bit, overdose on her pills, not overdose, but take too many, maybe get drunk, hang out with some new friends because she's trying to step away, trying to forget what happened a year ago. But Halloween night comes and then she finds out that, Dr. Loomis, you know, different, that's really, yeah, drops that book. And then I'm not going to go into Dr. Loomis and storylines in this one's, but she realizes that she is, the sister. And then all that shit happens on Halloween night where she just wants to go out to a party and fucking just like forget about it and drink. And then meanwhile, Annie gets attacked by Michael Myers, which is Daniel Harris. And so like all us Halloween fans, like we were so happy to get Daniel Harris back in Halloween Rob Zombie H1 in his first original, it was awesome. And then she comes back for H2 and she's playing the like exact same character being traumatized, which is awesome. So it's like a full story. Like 1 and 2 are like from Rob Zombie bam, there you go. Here you go. Full fucking story. It's awesome. Love it. But so when we Annie is like, you know what? We're gonna talk about Annie in 1 second. I'm gonna go grab me a water and I'll be right back. All right, man. I'm back. I'm back. All right, so we're talking about Halloween 2 with Annie. We're talking about Annie. We are talking about Daniel Harris' final scenes here in the Halloween franchise. Man, so she's home alone, man. How scary would that be on Halloween night with Michael Myers fucking chasing you down? She doesn't know it, man. She's in the bathroom. She's doing her thing, brushing her teeth, getting ready to go to bed. She shuts the mirror. And Michael Myers is in the mirror. She turns around and she's like, oh, fuck. And it goes into slow motion. And then you kind of see little flashes what happened, but Michael does get her. And it's just like, it is, I don't want to see, her character die, in the Halloween franchise, but we do. And the way that they do it is it's satisfying, I don't want to see any of your favorite final girls die, even though she wasn't, Jamie Lloyd, she was Annie, but Annie Brackett. It's just it's it's tough. And then especially when, Brad Dourif's character as Sheriff Brackett comes in and finds his daughter, perished, and it's really it's so sad, and it's such a great scene. I mean, it's probably one of the top scenes in the whole franchise. I top 3 for sure. Like if you guys don't like this movie, but you must like this scene, this final, ending of Daniel Harris's performance in the Halloween franchise. I always want her back. I wish she would come back. I wish they would cast her back. It's not like she wants to, but it would be so awesome to see her back. But like, this may be, well, this is the final time we've seen her in film in the Halloween franchise. Daniel Harris, man, and Brad Dourif's fucking performance is amazing. And still now you still got Michael Myers out there chasing down Scout, and how does he get her? Oh my god, I might not remember. Now I'm trying to remember how does he get her. So, she comes back home and he chases her down. She hits on the road. Okay, she comes back home and she doesn't realize, she sees the aftermath of all the murders that happened in her house. And then she takes off and Michael chases her. She goes and makes it to the road, and she gets on a hitchhiker. She like hitchhikes and picks up like this like Jeep, not a Jeep, a Volkswagen Bug or something like that. she gets in, but Michael flips it over, and you see that in the trailer. Flips it over, throws it over, and he ends up taking her to a shack. Am I mixing up? No, the first one, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't fucking shit up. That yeah. So yeah, he does. He fucking uh he takes her, so he flips the car over, he takes her to the shack, and then Loomis sees this shit on TV, after he had that, you know, interview with Weird Al and on a Tonight Show with Chris Hardman fucking from yeah, that's what it was. He was fucking from uh House of a Thousand Corpses. And I didn't realize he was like hosting that show that, you know, Dr. Loomis was on with fucking Weird Al. That's funny. That's a whole throwback from his first movie, Rob Zombie's first movie, A House of a Thousand Corpses, to fucking H2. He had that Chris Hardman on it. So hell yeah. So Loomis shows up at the shack because he wants to help out. Now he feels fucking bad after selling his book and letting out the news. He didn't even tell Lori. He didn't even have the balls, the nuts to fucking tell Lori that fucking Michael Myers was her brother. He just put it out in the book. Maybe why didn't he fucking tell her that before? It make no sense. I guess that's why a lot of people don't like this movie, is because Dr. Loomis is kind of a fucking dickhead in it, but it's a different one. I mean, I understand that part. I do. I don't watch that part. I watch the whole Laurie part and Michael Myers part and her friends. The Loomis part is kind of still a side character. Even though I love Dr. Loomis, I wish that we can get something really cool in a new series that you know, Miramax got. So hopefully we get something cool with the TV series. Maybe it's Loomis and they can find a really cool Loomis character. I don't know, but yeah, fuck. So the ending with Lori, she with Scout Compton, we're talking Halloween, Rob Zombie H2. The ending is she's in a shack there with the cop. Now there's a chopper flying around. The cops are outside. Remnants of H4, Halloween 4 with Jamie Lloyd, Daniel Harris. And so we get pretty much, Loomis running into the barn, into the shack. And he's like, take me, not her, let her go. And he looks down at Jamie, or yeah, Jamie, and or what the character's name. And I told you I might mess up. And he's like, what are you doing? And she's holding her hands behind her back, but nobody's holding it. And in her eyes, young Michael Myers is holding her, and she is seeing her grandmom, Michael Myers' mom, and then old Michael Myers, like she's hallucinating all these people. So it's like all in her head, like she's crazy or something. I mean, think about that. So like I told you, it's a family line, like with all of them just like she's done, like maybe they're all crazy. This runs generational curse. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. But it's a curse that runs generational. So from lineage to lineage to lineage, family member to family member. And maybe this curse is transferring over to Lori. And now Lori is seeing her mom and Michael, but they're not there, but they are. Big Michael is there. He's not a fucking hallucination, but little Michael is. And mother is. Telling you, this movie, like it pushes it. I guess you can be like, oh, this is just so stupid, but this is fantasy land, y'all. I mean, come on. And it makes sense. It's good. I fucking love it. And so Michael ends up, getting shot by everyone after he fucking kills Loomis, and he's getting ready to kill fucking Lori, but that's when he gets shot. She ends up in the fucking mental hospital, and she's having hallucinations of her mother and that white horse, and she smiles, which is a great ending, I think. And then, so that was Halloween. Rob Zombie's H2 compared to Kills. Sorry, I'm probably moving that all around. Kills and which one was better? I still, dude, that one's a really close one. It really is. Man, kill. I will. I'm gonna take Rob Zombie's Halloween H2 over Kills by far. Like, it's just like the whole story from 1 and 2 was better. So, like, if you've been watching and or rewatch this, 2018 lost to fucking Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, and then Kills lost to Rob Zombie's H2. So, obviously, Rob Zombie did a way better job than David Gordan Green. Way better job because he killed it. I'd rather watch those two movies over 2018 and Kills by far. It brings you into the Halloween spirit. It brings you back to that nostalgia. It has that grittiness in its films. It's not all shot all fucking pretty, perfect fucking 5K, say 6K, whatever it's gonna fucking be. You got that fucking 8 millimeter feel to it, and it's way fucking better. Um, and then ends is this like fucking verse. That's a different fucking stream. That would be like Season of the Witch versus Halloween Ends, because that's what they are. They're two anthology stories. Ends, Halloween fucking Kills. That's where it ended. Those other ones are a different fucking stream. We're gonna go a few more minutes here. I mean, you guys can tell me what you think, but I really think that David Gordon Green's two movies, we're not talking ends. The first two were pretty good, but I still think Rob Zombie killed it way better than that he did. Like, Rob Zombie's movies were way like better with the characters, that bringing them back. We stayed on Lori. We didn't have all these other characters. You didn't have to throw Jamie Lee Curtis into it because she wasn't even a part of it. We were able to have their own different characters, and we got Daniel Harris in both of them. That right there is will give you the edge on them. I did like Halloween Kills. I loved how Michael Myers was badass and you couldn't kill him, and he just came back and back for more. And I thought that was absolutely awesome, especially with the kids in the park on the swings, and then him walking around with a decapitated head in a fucking in a bag that's supposed to be holding candy from trick or treating. Man, so I mean, I'm not saying that David Gordon Green's movies were bad. Not at all. They're definitely good movies. I like them a lot. But it was a comparison. It was a versus video. I had to do a versus. Which one's better and which one do I like? You can like the David. There's 4 movies here. There's only 4. You tell me which ones would you put in a row? Because my final, I would put, okay, out of the 4, we got Rob Zombie's 1, Rob Zombie 2, and we got David Gordon Green's 1 and 2. So 1 would be, 2018, and then Kills. So I would go number 1. Okay, no, we're gonna go number 1 is gonna be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Number 2 is gonna be David Gordon Green's Halloween Kills. And the number 3 would be Rob Zombie 1. And then number 4 would be David Gordan Green's 2018 remake of Halloween. That would be my ranking of those 4. And man, that was so much fun to do this live with y'all. And you all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. But Triple B's is out of the Haunted Basement studio. You guys keep it horror. Laters. Yeah.